that, Ace Soldiers. Iced coffee is for pleasure, hot coffee is for business. Let's go. Whether you're a new person or a returning subscriber, I think you can very easily see that the bookshelf behind me is at maximum capacity. And it's been at maximum capacity for, I don't know, 8 months. And I've been saying that I'm going to do a bookshelf remodel for about, I don't know, 8 months. As a book blogger, as somebody that works in publishing, as somebody who just loves reading and buying books and has had 28 years of her life to accumulate a collection, my bookshelves are always in a state of overflowing. But at this point, they've gone past aesthetic maximalism into just pure clutter because my too much gene and my internal book dragon, who likes to hoard things, are in cahoots. The ex-bookstore employee that lives deep down inside me is just clawing her way out, being like, oh my god, please organize this. Today, I'm just gonna let her out. I'm gonna let her have full reign of this place. We're gonna take some things off, we're gonna clean, we're gonna organize and recategorize things. I've got my coffee, I've got my Swiffer, not sponsored, and I'm ready to go. So without further ado, grab a drink, grab a snack, and buckle in. Join me as we finally remodel and reorganize my bookshelves for 2024. But before we do, let's hear from the actual sponsor of today's video, Ana Luisa Jewelry. Friend of the channel, Ana Luisa is a carbon neutral, sustainable small jewelry brand that focuses on elegant, everyday basics that would like me to remind you that Mother's Day is coming up soon. So they have sent me a couple of pieces to show that you can gift all year round. First of all being the Frida pearl hoop earrings that I am wearing right now. In a past video, they sent me the pearl hug hoops in silver, which are the little mini babies. So these are the Frida medium hoops. They're a bigger and bolder version of the mini huggy hoops. These are 14 karat gold dipped with big freshwater pearls. I wear their silver hug hoops almost every day, and I'm so excited to get a new, more eye-catching pair. The next two items I'm particularly excited to play around with and style because you can probably see from many of my videos that I love a good earring and I love a good stacked necklace, but I don't wear a lot of bracelets, and I wanted to change that. So they sent me two Poetry Slim silver bracelet and the Danae chain silver bracelet. They're tarnish resistant and hypoallergenic, plated in rhodium, so they have that brilliant shiny finish, and a slim minimalist look that look great solo or stacked, which is probably how I'll be wearing them. Now I do have another one of their bracelets, and I have found that they run quite slim, but if you need to get a jewelry extender, Ana Luisa sells those as well. And last but certainly not least, one of the most interesting pieces that I now have in my collection is the Michelle Square signet ring. Oh my god, I feel like I belong in some kind of dark academia TV drama. The Band-Aid is taking away that effect. This ring is a beautiful, heavy, half-inch brass dipped in 14 karat gold with a giant malachite stone in the center. It's elegant, it's a little vintage, but also because it's so broad and square, it feels a little bit more masculine, and I love mixing androgynous fashion together. I feel like, again, I'm the heir to some kind of secret society, and I'm not mad at that. So if you're looking to add a little something shiny to your life, or you're looking for the perfect gift for this Mother's Day, or just the person that does a lot for you in your life, be that the mom of the friend group, that a plant mom, maybe one of your friends who also happens to be a mother. If you have a mom, if you love a mom, if you know a mom, if you are a mom, check out the link below because Ana Luisa is having, of course, a lovely Mother's Day sale, and everything that I listed in the video will also be linked down below. Thank you, Ana Luisa, for sponsoring today's video, and without further ado, let us get into the mission, the expedition, the venture that is going to be cleaning and reorganizing my bookshelves. Let's get down to business. Okay, let's do a little before shot. So this is what we're working with. These are my main bookcases. And then I also have these little half cases that my dad built for me. Thank you, Dad. Love you. He also made me this incredible rolling library ladder. So hot tip, get yourself a dad like mine. This is a little bit of overflow. And then down there is my other half bookcase that I still haven't put anything in. There is a little bit of organization. So like these are my contemporaries and my romances. And then like that's a fairy shelf. And then this is like fantasy. And then that's my little sci-fi shelf. Those are my shadow hunters. But those are childhood-esque books. But then everything else is just kind of like there. When I say categorized, I mean only kind of, because I'm like, this shelf is like half romance and then half like, this is a gothic, this is a paranormal book, like why is that even there? I don't know, it just happened to be there. Doesn't feel right to me that the Katie Roberts are all near the like cute YA rom-coms. What are these even doing there? Why are those there? Great question, I could not tell you. So my plan is to reorganize some things and then migrate some books to live on the new shelves, and I also want to make a couple of new categories. I really want to make a romantasy shelf, and I really want to make a little vampire section. I want to make a dark academia section, and like I need some place to store my gothics. What am I doing otherwise? I'm also going to try and leave some space available for growth, and we'll see how that goes, because my brain loves a category and doesn't like empty shelving. So I guess I'll just set you guys up and we'll start pulling some things off. Alright, first step complete. All of my knickknacks and trinkets are off of the shelves. I have a pile of my bookends, and I think we're ready for step 2. What is step 2? I don't know. Everything's made up and the points don't matter. I think we're gonna start kind of over there. I should put my coffee down. We're gonna start over here because that's the place that's been irking me for so many months. It might be fun to make a little romance shelf, and that'll be my little low shelf. So let's do that. Let's just take these all off. Okay, so there's the romance shelf for now. These are all the books that I displaced. They are organized in a way that makes sense to me. Okay, so here is our finished romance section. We got a little room, just a little, but now we have all this room. And so I think what we're gonna do is I'm gonna move my like regular fiction over here, and then we're just gonna move everything down. Okay, but see, now I'm conflicted because do I put my YA historical stuff over here? Because my YA historical stuff eventually goes into my YA historical horror. So do I move my horror over here, or do I keep it with the rest of like the dark fantasy stuff? Oh my god, decisions. I am pretty confident moving around the YA contemporary stuff because I do not read YA contemporary at a pace that requires a lot of space. So we're just gonna kind of pile them all up, and if something happens in the future, then that's future Rachel's problem. You know, this morning I was like, I'm gonna reorganize my bookshelves. I've been putting it off for so long, we're finally gonna do it. But I didn't stop to think and ask myself, but at what cost? And I forgot that when you take books out of the shelf, you have to put books back into the shelf. Got some gothics up there, and then we have the fairy shelf, which I want to keep, and I need some space to grow, so there are some gaps. And then I was like, oh, move the romantasies over here, keeping some space because I know that's gonna grow. Then I got ahead of myself and was like, oh, I'll put the vampires over there. Those fit nicely, this middle vampire shelf. But then I displaced those, and now we have more gaps. And the flow is off. Definitely need more space for my sci-fis, and I definitely need more space for my romantasies, and I want to keep my like YA fantasy together. Maybe I put YA fantasy over there on that shelf. I swear doing this video is putting my homeostasis out of whack. I'm gonna try and move the shadow hunters over and or down, and then I can put more of my YA fantasies over here. So I have tried some things. Some has worked, some has not. For example, Laini Taylor is not there to stay. But also, as I was thinking of reorganizing some of my YA fantasy, I realized I kind of like this section, but it is very overfull. So we're gonna try working on that and see if that dislodges any of my frustration and angst towards this half of the shelf. But at the same time, like, you can see it. There's space, there's room. Don't look at the floor. Don't look at the floor. Don't worry about it. so I've just had a thought. I want to keep more space open for my YA fantasies, which is probably why I'll keep some of that open, but I will move my horror kind of up there-ish. I'm debating whether or not I actually move the Cassandra Clare books because there's so many of them and it'll take so long. But I need more room for sci-fis, so I might move some sci-fis over and then I'll make that like a dystopia shelf. So a sci-fi dystopia, that all works together in my mind. And then I'll move some of these things down so that I can have a couple of gaps here, because I know already just from my TBR pile this month that there's gonna be at least 2 that join this shelf. It's now time to move my Raven Boys books. These have been in the back of my videos for so long, but you know what? It's okay. They've had their time to shine. It's now new to give new people that lovely spot of distinction. So I think I'm gonna move these down over there. Actually, this actually kind of works out because we got like more YA fairy stuff, but then we also have like the weird uncanniness, and then we get to Laini Taylor, who is a combination of both fae and uncanny, so I'm dubbing this the uncanny shelf. Wait a minute. Am I done? Oh my god. So I don't know what just happened, but I think we're done. I feel like I just woke up from a fever dream. Okay, well, I mean, come along. Let me show you what I've accomplished. Keep in mind, this is all pre-decorated. Let's start off with where we began. This is now my adult romance shelf. There's not really a rhyme or reason to it other than tall things go on the bottom. This is my kind of like, ooh, something extra is happening there. And then these are my cute cartoon cover books that make you think that it's going to be this like cute fluffy rom-com when really there's, you know, enough smut in them to make you need to go back to church. And then we have the YA contemporary shelves. Look at so much space. Oh my god, it's so luxurious. This shelf is kind of a conglomeration of stuff that I didn't have any other room for. It's like kind of historical. It's got history there, and then also R.F. Kuang. I'm particularly proud of this shelf here because these are all my gothics, and then this is my fairy shelf, and then these are my romanticies. And do you see how much room there is to grow? Ooh! I just got the sequel to Foxglove King, so there needs to be some space for that. But then the fae shelf is like, it's pretty tight, there's not a lot of space there, but we can move that down here then, and I can stack some more on here, or we can take the romanticies and pull them down to this shelf as well, where we have some other romance fantasies. And then up here, I'm keeping all of the Leigh Bardugos together because I like how this top shelf looks, but we're gonna give it a little bit of space. And then we moved all the V.E. Schwabs from down there to up here so that they can be in the back of my videos. And then I already know that this is gonna have, oh, maybe there's enough space for the sequel to Godkiller, which I'm planning on reading soon. But this is gonna need to be reorganized at some point, hence why there's so much space on the second shelf down, and I faced Priory of the Orange Tree just so there's less gappage. But oh my god, look at all that free real estate! If you combined this free real estate in Vancouver, I could charge at least like $250 a month in rent. Most of my adult softcover fantasy is here, if it's not there or up there, don't ask questions. Also lots of room to grow because I just got The Battle Drum, which is the sequel to this, and Black Tide Sun is coming out soon, which is the sequel to that. I'm debating finishing the Greenbone Saga because it was so good, but it was so dense, and I feel like it's gonna take me 1,000 years to actually finish the entire thing. Then, if we move over here, sci-fi. Both YA and adult sci-fi, and then more adult and YA sci-fi. And then we have a new, oh, hold on a second, these aren't in order. There we go. Oh my god, how embarrassing. The Shadowhunter books are currently in a new layout. I don't know if they're gonna stay like this, mostly because if I need more shelf space, it'll be easier just to stack them like I had them before. But right now, I am luxuriating in all the square footage that I've just opened up on this shelf. And then this is a little random, but it's like dark academia, paranormal, Good Omens. And then Vampire Shelf, which I'm very proud of. Here we have Nostalgia Dystopian that moves into Nostalgia Dystopian Horror, which then moves into Horror, which then moves into YA Fantasy, and then that's what this shelf and then this entire bookcase are. I left a little bit of room to grow, but not too much, and I am a little bit worried because, like, I have I have maybe 2 books worth of space there, maybe 1 or 2 books worth of space here, and that's pretty cramped. So we'll see if these look like this in a month or 2. She's looking real good. And now for one of my favorite parts, it's time to redecorate. So we put up all the decor, and in doing so, I found that I have 2 extra things from before, which doesn't quite make sense. The first of which being just this giant vine, which I have 4 of apparently, and also an extra skull. I don't know how this happened, but it is deeply suspicious. Why do I have an extra one? Where did this come from? Could we just do a quick, there we go. Yeah, that works. Improvise, adapt, overcome. So I guess before I do the outro, I should give you a little before and after. Wrap-up time. Ooh, a change of outfit for the outro. So fresh and exciting. I finished filming yesterday and was gonna shoot an outro then, but I was just so dusty and sweaty. I had been reorganizing books for 4 straight hours and I could not be bothered. Have a nice long ogle at this beauty right here. Just look at her with both of your eyes, with your whole face. Look at her with your whole face. See, this is why I don't do recreational drugs. Just reorganizing a bookshelf is the only high I need. I am so happy on how this turned out. I love that there is now space to expand with all the new things that I'm getting in, and there were no paper cuts, no meltdowns, and thankfully, no book casualties. I may have dropped a couple of things on the floor, but there's no video evidence, you can't prove anything. Once again, thank you to Anna Louisa for sponsoring today's video. They are the perfect place to get a gift for your mom this Mother's Day, or just anybody else that's in your life that treats you with care and support. Their website is linked down below, as well as all the jewelry that I showed off earlier. And thank you all for joining me in today's venture of spring cleaning. Perhaps this inspired you to spring clean your shelves. Like really, when was the last time you dusted? Exactly. Hey, I'm not blaming you. I didn't show you the Swiffer at the end of the dusting montage for a reason. Please leave down below if you have any bookshelf-specific organizational tips, because damn, this took me twice as long as I was expecting. You know where to click to like the video. You know where to click to subscribe. I hope you guys are all having a nice day wherever you are, and I will see you all next week. Bye!